August 1970. Jim Morrison stands trial on charges stemming from the Doors' 1969 concert in Miami, where he is accused of exposing himself. In September, although he is found not guilty of both lewd and lascivious behavior and public drunkenness, the jury finds him guilty of indecent exposure and open profanity. While awaiting sentencing, both Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin die under mysterious circumstances. After that, Jim jokes to friends, "You're drinking with number 3. On October 30th, Jim is sentenced to 2 months hard labor for the open profanity charge and 6 months for the indecent exposure charge. His attorney, Max Fink, immediately files an appeal. In November, the Doors begin working on material for their next album, which would become L.A. Woman. When they demo some of the songs to longtime producer Paul Rothchild, he passes them off as cocktail music. At that point, the Doors, along with their audio engineer Bruce Botnick, decide to produce the album themselves and record at their rehearsal space, the Doors Workshop on Santa Monica Boulevard. In late November, over the course of 6 days, Botnick and the Doors record the entire album. The final song they put on tape is the masterpiece Riders on the Storm. In December, the band decides to go out on the road to showcase the new material. They kick off a tour with 2 well-received shows in Dallas, Texas. Jim and the band are in top form and put on 2 solid shows. On December 12th, the Doors play at the Warehouse in New Orleans in what would turn out to be the band's final concert with Jim Morrison. A drunken and disinterested Morrison refuses to sing throughout the performance, and after the last song repeatedly smashes the mic stand into the stage. Keyboardist Ray Manzarek would later recall that at one moment during the show he looked up from his keyboards and saw Jim's spirit leave his body. Following the show, the Doors decide to stop touring and go back to Los Angeles to focus on finishing up their new album. In February of 1971, Bruce Botnick begins the process of mixing the album L.A. Woman. Right before the mixing is complete, Jim announces to the band that he's leaving for Paris for an extended vacation. The band agrees Jim needs some time away and wishes him well. While in Paris, Jim spends his days writing in his journals and exploring the city with his girlfriend Pamela Corzine. In April, Elektra Records releases the album L.A. Woman to critical acclaim. 2 months later, Jim Morrison calls drummer John Densmore asking how the new album is doing. Jim also talks about the possibility of returning to Los Angeles to work on new music and possibly touring again. While Jim is away, the remaining Doors practice new material at the Doors Workshop, assuming that when Jim comes back, they'll continue right where they left off with L.A. Woman. On July 3rd, 1971, Doors frontman Jim Morrison dies in Paris. 3 weeks later, L.A. Woman is certified gold.